Hey, and welcome to Map 5 of Lunar Apocalypse. This is occupied territory, and that's quite the view when you look out that window there. So, as we open the door here, we have to take out these pods. We don't want enemies on our face. If we attack this lovely lady here, we will end up with, well, an Octobrain charging down on us, so we're not going to be doing that. We'll take down these enemies through here. As you saw there, the door closed, but it's pretty easy to open up. You just have to hit this switch here and make sure that you grab the chain gun before you do that though, because there are some enemies on the other side who will charge you. Luckily, if we dive in here, we can actually deal with these guys. Well, we can deal with these guys if they stand in the right spot for us. There we go. I think I got two there. Oh no, I only got one. There we go. This just saves ammo. One of the things about this level is that ammo is pretty hard to come by later on, so I want to make sure that I'm conserving as much of it as I can. So there are normally some enemies here, but obviously they've gone outside, because I think when you go into that secret area they can kind of see you through the walls, so they activate and head outside. So once we step out here, oh wow, we nearly got hit in the face with a rocket then. We'll take care of these guys. So we're seeing quite a lot of these now. These are becoming regular enemies in the game, and we like this. We like this a lot because they are fun to fight. As you can see there's one floating high up on the left. It's there to pretty much ambush you as soon as you walk through this middle part, so just going to make sure we deal with that as quickly as we can. But I do love the look of this room. Like, it's very like space, like the way you can sort of see out into space there. It's pretty cool, and we can grab an RPG here. That'll be very useful as we head through this level, and you'll see why. Grab the Hollow Duke from there. Now we got to be careful here. Picking up this ammo and picking up all this stuff, there's actually a door there that will open up. A bunch of drones are going to come spilling out of it. Now, if I'm not careful, they'll actually come and sort of charge me, and they may even come in here and open these doors. As you can see, they are opening the doors. Just got to be very careful with that, because if a lot of those attack me at once, they can take a lot of health off me, and they can take quite a bit of ammo to deal with. And as mentioned, ammo on this level is pretty scarce, so you want to be very careful about it. Again, I love the look of this room. I just think it's really cool to look at visually with that giant earth there, and just the way that everything's kind of designed here is really fun and interesting to kind of look at. It's a very simple room, this one, but ow, thanks for that. It's definitely not boring to look at. So we can't reach up there right now. We need the red key to lower that ramp. So right now we're actually gonna head across in here. Get rid of all those with one blast. So we're going to head down this conveyor belt here, and you can get hit by the bullets that are shooting back at you in the middle there. Ow, thanks for that. So I want to do that to hurt everyone in the middle there. Just means less sort of having to shoot them with the Ripper here. As you can see, they were hurt pretty bad by the explosion there. We do get the Devastator here, but there isn't that much ammo for it on this level, so we're going to have to deal with that as we kind of move forward here. Nice. So we took all those enemies out with one blast. So here's where this level gets really difficult. If you're pistol starting on this level and you're playing on like the top two difficulties, things can get very messy here. So there's 3 battle lords in that room, and here's the thing, they can come all the way down here. So I'm going to use the night vision goggles here to kind of make them more visible to myself. So the good thing is it looks like I've only walked one up here, so as long as I focus on him, get rid of him, I don't want to waste that Devastator ammo. Oh no, there's two. Oh god. Okay, that's quite terrifying. So I'm going to use this circular area here to kind of run away and take out these guys. As you can see, they took a lot of health off me, and they've left some grenades lying around as well, which, you know, thanks for that. So you can see the third one's just behind that pillar there. Gotta be careful, because if they start shooting and hitting me with their Ripper, like, I will lose health very quickly, even with armor. There's a little secret here, which has atomic health in it, which I'm definitely not going to say no to. So the Battle Lords are probably the hardest part of this level, and like I mentioned, because the game doesn't give you much ammo on this level, if you're not careful in the first part of the level and your pistol starting, you are in trouble. You will struggle. So we're in this room here, which kind of has this weird wall in the middle. You'll see why that wall's the way it is in a bit. We hit this switch here, and then we head around the outside here. I am going to go and grab some health here.
Damn, I'm good.
So what I'm doing here, just making sure that there's some health there in case I do end up needing it, because again, the back end of this level gets pretty aggressive in a second. Take down all these guys as we're heading up here. You can see this base is being corrupted by the vines here. The alien spawn, whatever you want to call it. Picks up some ammo there. Not going to complain about that. So, let's do this. Nice decoration there, showing off the Earth and the Moon. But as we hit this switch, you can see that there's a Battle Lord over there. So, yeah, and he's not the only one. There's actually a second one just on the other side of this wall. It would be suicide for me to stand there and try and take them both on at once, so I'm not going to do that at all. You can also see I'm kind of running out of ammo as well, which is not good. If I stand in view, he's going to just chip away at my health ridiculously quickly, so... See how much damage I can get away with here? Oh, I don't think I'm going to have enough ammo here. So this is very difficult. This is probably the most difficult thing the game's thrown at us in terms of levels so far, just because, like I mentioned, ammo's not super abundant on this level, especially for the weapons you'd want it for, like the Devastator and the RPG. You kind of have to go rummaging around. We could go back, let's see, we could go back and pick up the RPG ammo from where all those drones came out of in the other room, but we don't have a jetpack, so unless there's one on this level, I don't think there is. I'm just going to have to kind of bite the bullet and just see if I can find ammo lying around, like this. So you can kind of see that most of them didn't see me, but now they have. They're all coming over here, so I'm just going to run over here, grab that chain gun ammo, and we're out of here. I'm not waiting around for them. So yeah, we're just going to have to hope he doesn't take off too much health while I'm... Oh. Well, that was very anticlimactic. You didn't even last that long. Oh, hello. But yeah, Occupied Territory is an interesting level. It's not the most sort of elaborate design, but what's here I think is quite strong, and it's very challenging on the higher difficulties. It's definitely a level that you won't want to sort of like waste your ammo on, definitely. But it's not over quite yet, because there's an exit there. If we turn around here, we can actually see there's a switch on the wall over here, and it opens up a door over there. So when we make our leap over here, we actually end up in a secret level. So that was Occupied Territory on the PC. Like I said, it's not the most elaborate level design, but it's definitely an interesting one. Fairly challenging as well, although again, not a fan of the drone spam. As you saw, I completely did my best to avoid fighting all those drones because they just sap your ammo away so quickly. The Battle Lord fights were fun and quite intense, and we'll dive into the N64 version here And you can see at the start that there's actually one more egg pot here, which than there is in the PC version. I'm kind of intrigued by that. And when you come around the corner here, there's actually one of these enemies poking around here. So they have made some very slight changes to enemy placements in this level, which, I mean, if they're going to do it, they're going to do it. But it's just worth pointing out. You can do the same trick here. Oh, I think we got two there. So I always try and kill the last one, because there's always a hope that he'll give me ammo. Excellent. You're kind of relying on this level on these guys dropping ammo for you, because if they don't drop ammo, you're kind of messed up. I think also what's going to make this version a bit easier is that the dual SMGs actually have more ammo. You're actually able to carry more ammo than the Ripper, so should theoretically not be too much of a problem. First, oh, so they've actually moved that one over there. So on the PC version he's on the left hand side, but on this version he's on the right hand side. Again, they seem to move like random enemies around. And they've also got rid of these view windows out into space. I guess because in this version there's nothing to look at. It's just the dark black void. So the grenade launcher's here in place of the SMG, in place of the RPG. But you can see again, it does open up. Best thing to do is just, if you're not going to go in and grab the atomic health and the RPG ammo, then you may as well just sort of not bother waking them up, because they're only going to chase you through the level and be an annoyance. So, you've got to be careful here. We don't want these guys taking away too much health, because as you saw in the PC version, the back end of this level gets quite aggressive, and that's something that we really don't want to be dealing with. Ow. So the difference here is we can actually jump up there before we use the red key card. I'm going to use the grenade here to take out some of the eggs here.
That gotta hurt. Oh, that gotta hurt.
So we save that babe there. Pick up pipe bomb here. Just going to throw this around the corner. Oh wow, that actually set it off. So that kind of goes with the theory I was talking about on a previous level here. I think the pipe bombs work different in this version, because the blast radius seems to be a lot more intense, and it seems to be a lot wider, because there's no way, I don't think in the PC version, that would have set off. Because in the PC version, the pipe bombs tend to sort of graze enemies more than they sort of blow them up like that. So as you saw there, that gun actually blasted me. I don't know what triggers it to point itself at you, but like it does hold a grudge sometimes. I will probably go and grab some health here. So we're going to head into the room here where the Battle Lords are waiting for us. So it's actually going to be a bit harder to see them on this one because of the way the night vision goggles work in this version. The night vision goggles don't illuminate the enemies quite as brightly, so no Devastator for us here. We just have to use the rocket launcher, which for all intents and purposes is I'm going to assume this is just a slightly more powerful RPG. Wait, what? Where did these come from? So I'm guessing some of these actually did follow me through. That's kind of the folly here. You've got to be so careful. I'm going to use the grenade launcher here too. Can't even see what's going on, like we're making such a mess here. So we've got the final Battle Lord here, again hidden behind this pillar. If we go head on with him, it's only going to end badly for us. Cool, so he's dead. So they've given us a few more weapons in here as well, which is nice. I have no plans on using the laser trip mines for any real reason, so we're just going to kind of ignore that. But we have got the shrink ray here. Now, this would have actually been useful fighting the Battle Lords, because we could have used it to hit the bottom of the hitbox, but, you know, I didn't actually know that was there. So you can see the end of the level plays out very similarly here. The room kind of opens up so we can get to the top, and once we hit the switch up top, like that barrier that's in a weird location kind of moves around. Let's see if I can do the trick here. See, the problem is, because this is auto-aiming to the center of the enemy, like, it's actually, we're not able to do the trick here, I don't think. That's why I have auto-aim turned off normally on the PC version, because if you shoot the shrink ray at the bottom of the hitbox, it actually shrinks them straight away. It makes them a lot more easier to manage. Killed the first one. Now we have a ton of ammo here, so this shouldn't be too difficult. You can shut that again but as well, if you really can't be bothered dealing with the Battle Lords. Yeah, we're just gonna absolutely drown him in grenades here. I do love that this little graphic here is in both versions. Like, yeah, I do enjoy sort of seeing like those like rotating graphics like that. I think we saw something similar in the first episode, although weirdly that wasn't in map 3 when the boss says it's too late. So that's interesting. I hate fighting on this little bridge. But before we head out to the level here, I'll have a final nosy around. I do want to kind of show something off in a second that I think is really, really fun. So we'll open this up just so you can sort of see what's in place of the secret exit, because, spoiler, there isn't actually a secret exit in this level. Instead, this is just kind of like a little secret room with a babe in it, which, I mean, if you're here playing that, then great, but, you know, saving the babes for me isn't really a priority when playing these levels. So this room's still here, but it doesn't really serve a function. Well, the final thing I want to show off in this video is this spinning thing here, which I assume is a UFO or some kind of like generator. It's just out there being crazy. Doesn't really add anything to the level. It's just kind of there, and I'm here for it. If you try to go outside, it kills you instantly, but I mean, this is a fun level, in my opinion. Not too big, not too long, just difficult enough to be a challenge. What do you think of it?